area in Odessa is that Russia will try to take full control of the ports and cities here. Also attacks in recent days, recent hours in Kyiv and the suburbs around it. It is in that region we find CNN's Alex Marquardt up near the capital. Alex, what's the latest there?
Well, John, we do continue to hear blasts and explosions around the Ukrainian capital. The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense saying today that now, just over a week into the Russian invasion, that the top priority for Russia's forces remains taking the capital. It remains encircling the capital and moving in and breaking through Ukrainian resistance. Now, the Ministry of Defense striking a bit of an optimistic tone, saying that they have managed to keep the Russian forces at bay, that they are now around 40 miles or 60 kilometers to the west of Kyiv. That's the bulk of the Russian forces, they say. They also believe that the Russian operational reserves, they say, have been depleted, and that the Russians are going to be calling up more forces to come in. John, of course, as you know, we've been keeping a close eye on that convoy that is north of Kyiv, 40 miles long still. We know that the Ukrainians have managed to inflict some damage there. We know that the Russians have also been suffering from logistical issues, that they have been having trouble getting food and fuel to the front. At the same time, the Pentagon believes that they are regrouping and reassessing, that it is still way too early to say that they are not making progress. The Pentagon believes that at present, 92% of the forces that had been pre-positioned before this invasion are now in Ukraine, and that they still have the vast majority, they say, of their combat potential power still at their will. So there's still a lot of damage that Russia can inflict. And the fear now, John, is because they're having trouble encircling this city and others, that they may try to carry out more direct strikes on these cities. We may see an uptick in the aerial bombardment of Kyiv and other cities. So that is what the Ukrainian capital is bracing for. We have seen significant damage around Kyiv in just the past few days, notably in the suburb of Borodyanka, which is northwest of Kyiv, about 30 miles, entire apartment blocks that have been destroyed. This while the Kremlin continues to say that they are not targeting civilian residential areas, civilian infrastructure, but civilians certainly are bearing the brunt of this Russian invasion, John.
All right, those pictures certainly tell a different story. They call the lies of the Kremlin out. Alex Marquardt, appreciate the live reporting there. Those with us just moments ago heard the U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, condemning Russian activities, especially condemning the firefight here and the fire at the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. Let's get some important perspective now. Let's bring in Richard Cuppett. He's the Senior Fellow and Director of Partnerships and Proliferation Prevention at the Stimson Center here in Washington.